Already. All right. Good night, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Peaches and Dream podcast. So we're coming to you right on this Tuesday evening. Are you gonna leave that up there, Peaches, with the?
Leave what up?
I see it looks like YouTube. It looks like Google or YouTube. It looks like Google, actually.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I searched them on Google because do you see us on the side? Because we're on the screen too.
Yeah. I see. All right. So without further ado, tonight we're going to be talking about Derrick Jaxn. So for those of you who don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, I think she got his information pulled up right there, but you can always go on Google and also go on Instagram to see who he is. And basically, long story short, he is a man who has, he basically is a public figure, also like an author. He has some of the top selling books given like relationship advice. So the big issue behind what's going on currently is that it's a situation where it was recently brought up and announced that he was actually cheating on his wife. This is a man who literally he's black, so it's a lot of black people that follow him. Not to say, I'm sure he has other people of other ethnicities and races that he inspires when it comes down to giving actual relationship advice. But the biggest blow is like him reaching out to the black community, trying to teach us and show us what a good man is and a good husband is. And here he is being exposed. So pretty much what ended up happening is one of the side chicks, because apparently there's multiple. One of the side chicks did an interview, and that's how he was basically exposed. Doing an interview, showed her receipts for everything they've done, and then that's how he ended up being exposed. So we're here to address this because a lot of people know him, for one. Honestly, I could say I never followed him, and I had my reasons. Are you following him?
I was up until a couple of years ago, but something in my spirit told me to stop following him, especially since he looked real janky doing videos from his car. So I can't tell you why I stopped following him. It was just a feeling I had. So I just stopped paying attention to him.
Yeah, and honestly, I came across his videos, but I wasn't following him. And to say the reason why I never followed him is because me as a married woman, I could never like look up to him and kind of get advice because I feel like he never had his wife. Like a lot of people pointed that out. Like he always does these videos, but you never see his wife or posting with his wife or his wife also engaging in those conversations because he's giving advice to these men about how to be a good husband. And lo and behold, he's basically telling them not to do the very same things that he's been doing all along. It's sad.
Quick question. Do you have your earpiece in?
I do. Is it like staticky? Wait,
It is staticky.
It's really staticky. It's been staticky this whole time.
Every time you talk, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Is it me?
So I turned the Bluetooth off. Is it better?
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Okay, good. My apologies. You should have been told me that, but I just turned the Bluetooth off. Let me turn this up. Ugh. So yeah, but was it clear? Because I'm like, I done said a whole lot.
And it's wonderful now.
Now, was it clear?
I mean, it was still clear, but you can like still, you can hear like a little static in the background. That's why I had to make sure because I'm like, well, let me see if she came up in here with her Bluetooth on again.
Yeah, I had the Bluetooth on, one of the many, but yeah. So Derrick Jaxn, yeah, I'm on his Instagram now. And like I said, my personal reasons for not wanting to follow him is because I just feel like anybody who's giving relationship advice, they should have their spouse in the midst because you got to hear both sides of the story, And it's very sad and unfortunate that his wife did not come out or people didn't even know how she sound until now, Now, the big controversy is, so the cheating was one thing, but now social media is taking it even farther because the spouse came out in a video with her husband. So Derrick Jaxn's wife came out with the video. And basically in the video, they explaining, that they had a moment, they went through what they went through. She's well aware of everything. And a lot of people were not happy with that at all. So at this point, it seems like it was better for them not to come out and say anything. How you feel about that? That's how I see it. Because I really feel like, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I just thought it was a red flag that we didn't know that he was married in the first fucking place.
Honestly, that was the thing. When I came across his videos in the past, I didn't even wonder if he was married. I just heard what he was saying and, you know, how he would talk. I think maybe if I would have known he was married, I would have followed him. But then again, I don't, to come to think of it, I don't even think I knew he was married, but I knew I came across a few videos with him giving relationship advice in the past.
Well, here's the thing. For him to be our age, because he's 31, for him to be around our age and be giving such relationship advice,
He's young.
and like for the past couple of years, my thing is, I want to see how you came upon this information. Do you have a degree in counseling? Um, like how long have you been married? Where do you why do you feel like you're the relationship guru? And I don't think he called himself that. I think the internet called himself that. But you put yourself on this pedestal, like you know so much about relationships. Well, so is yours. Have your wife come on and let her tell, what challenges y'all faced in y'all relationships. But we saw none of that, and that was real sketchy to me. But then again, we didn't even know that he was married.
Yeah.
He has all this advice for Black women, telling them to avoid this in Black men and look for this in a Black man. And you're the exact example of what you're talking about when it comes to the fuck niggas that we should avoid.
Exactly. Like it's big like hypocrite vibes from this man. Like it's so sad, but it's like that's just how I feel. Like big hypocrite vibes. And it's like you can't sit there and I don't understand how people do that. I mean, it's kind of weird because like it's so many pieces to the story that I want to touch. But say for example, with the fact that he actually sat there and came out with his wife, right?
Yeah.
The problem with that is, to me, I really feel like I see what they're saying. Like, you know how, okay, so one of the biggest controversies is that they're saying that the wife came out and she basically, quote unquote, didn't look like nobody, meaning that her hair wasn't done. She didn't have on makeup. She didn't have on lashes. She didn't have on this. So it's, to me, I felt like that was the least. I feel like a lot of people didn't even listen to what she was saying and then understanding that where she was coming from, because the main controversy is her being, now that people know her, they're like, oh, she's stupid, she's dumb, she's this. But at the end of the day, that's her husband. And if you listen to the type of person she is, she's somebody that lives by what the Bible says. Like you're supposed to be loving, you're supposed to be forgiven. And to me, I feel away because a lot of people are mad at her because they're like, oh, you're so stupid. You're staying there. You're brainwashed. You're getting used. He's manipulating you. All of that could be true. But at the end of the day, that's negative energy towards her trying to be positive about the whole situation. You understand? I feel like just understand that that's her husband. Like, it's crazy because Cardi B, we always bring this up. Cardi B was cheated on. And then she goes back and she forgives her man. And then it's like, people don't say she's stupid, she's dumb, she's this and she's that. But this girl who's trying to say that it's God that's telling her to stay with God, and Jesus that's telling her to forgive her man, and also his actions that he's shown her. Like, a lot of people was like, oh, I don't know. How do you feel? I know, for one, I know you gonna go off on the I know that. I know you're gonna light that ass up. That's because I know, like, you and we normally see different. Like, you're more blunt. You nitpick at a lot of stuff like more than me. But I know you're about to light that ass up. What you got to say about the wife that came forward?
Okay. I think he did that in a strategic sort of way. I think that she is in a emotionally abusive relationship, and I'm gonna say why.
Okay.
Let me. Is the tab on? Yeah. Let me say why, because okay, just let me click on this. I'm not gonna play it, but let me click on this because this shows Professor Griffin, Public Enemy. He says, "Don't look at an image, look in it." So, and here's the first thing that I'm seeing. I don't think she even has an Instagram. Look at this shit. Did she even have an Instagram? Because if she did, he would have tagged his wife.
Honestly, even if she do have an Instagram, I feel like he's not tagging her because of what the hell is about to go down. For some reason, I don't feel like it's over yet. I don't feel like it's over.
Oh, nope. And that's what I was about to get into. It's not over yet because, okay, back to her being in an emotionally abusive relationship. I think what he did was he set that shit up to where she was gonna come on camera without being ready, and it was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna state my case. And because she feels like she has to stay with me, she's gonna support me no matter what. Like, I think he knows that she's not in the headspace to where she's not gonna pay attention to, like, what am I gonna look like on camera, and like, how do I feel emotionally today? Like, he probably woke up that morning, got dressed, got himself together, because look at him, got himself together and was like, let me get myself together. Then I'm gonna wake her up, get her from her breakfast or her workout or whatever, and then I'm gonna just turn the camera on. I think he did that to catch her off guard, but I think he also did that because he's an influencer. They have sponsors and shit like that.
They have advisors. They have people that will sit there and tell them exactly what they think that they need to say, just so that this way it looks good for the actual public eye. And
here's the thing. Oh, yeah. And because they have sponsors, because she looks like this on camera, they're going to get DMs like, oh, I'm a stylist in Atlanta. I can do your hair, or I can do your makeup for the next time you go live with your husband. Granted, he's never had his wife on camera before. But because he's apologizing for cheating, mind you, he didn't apologize to her on camera. But because he's stating his case about him cheating, that's when he brings his wife on camera. And then you didn't even do a good job at that. You woke her up out of her fucking sleep, and we can tell that you woke her up out of her fucking sleep.
Hold on.
And put her on camera looking like that. This bitch doesn't even have a fucking bra on. Now, I may not come on camera a lot, but when I do come on camera, it's from the neck up.
And at least I got on a bra. No, I'm joking.
Okay. And I may not wear a bra, but you don't see that. You see me from the neck up.
Oh, man.
And if I'm going to be on camera from the neck up, I'm going to be ready. So I think it was a lot of strategy behind this right here. But also, okay, so let's just cut him out. This chick right here, you can tell she'd already been through some shit with him. This little chick coming out to Tasha K talking about I was in their house, and I was laying in their bed, and his wife was out of town, and he said that, they were separated and all this other shit. So she finds out, she found this out beforehand. So she finds out that this bitch was in her fucking bed. I'm sorry, somebody called my phone.
Okay, because I cut out.
She found out that this bitch was laying in her fucking bed. Took pictures of her husband while he was asleep in her bed. All in her fucking bathroom, using her towels. Nothing in her sheets. Climaxing in her sheets. Just totally fucking disrespectful. And then she decides to expose him because the side bitch found out that he was with another side bitch. So it's multiple women involved.
That is crazy. I was just talking to my brother the other day. He was like how he was mad because this girl that he had cheated on his girlfriend with, she went and told the girlfriend about him fucking some other girl, but she never told the girlfriend that she also fucked him. It was because she was a jealous side chick who just wanted to, basically, she was mad at him. So when she's mad at him, the side chick is going to make the wife mad. So now she now they all hurt, basically.
Hold on, your volume. I think when I got that call in, your volume, it went down because mine went down also. Check and see if yours is turned up all the way.
Yeah, it should be. You're not able to hear me because I can still hear you.
I can hear you, but it's down low. Let me take you out and put you back in.
Okay.
Okay, say something.
How about now?
You're still low. Let me take myself out.
Guys, she will be right back.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm back.
I was like,
It's still low.
I
That
don't know.
damn call coming in. What the fudge?
What I want to see is we could check the sound on Facebook. Only problem with Facebook is that it's it'd be delayed.
Took pictures of her husband while he was.
Hold on. Give us like go get you a cup of wine or a cup of water. Pick one W and work with it. It's not. Well, they can hear us. Can you hear me though?
I can hear you, but it's low.
Can you work with it? Because on the live it sounds good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As long as you could work with it, because it sounds really good on the live.
Okay. As long as everybody else can hear it, and I can play with the audio after it's finished. Okay, so back to this chick right here. So
Mrs. Jackson.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo, I am for real. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to put that in there. Okay, so like I said, this is coming from a very depressed place. I really do think that, like I said, she's been through some shit with him. He's already cheated before, and because she is very much into her God and her Bible, which is nothing wrong with that, she feels like once you're married, that's it. But I also think she feels like, well, I'm just hoping she doesn't feels like because her husband cheated on her and she took him back that that's all she's ever going to get. Girl, there is plenty of fish in the sea. So if she decides to leave him, that is not it, okay? And I'm pretty sure once she snaps out of this depression, once she gets her some therapy on her own, girl, she better get on her Iyanla. Once she starts feeling herself, because this is not a woman that's feeling herself. This is a woman who found out that her husband was cheating on her. She didn't feel like she needed to give him any ass because you're out there spreading your penis all over Atlanta. Atlanta is an AIDS-ridden city. Ew. And you want to come home and lay down in the bed with me? And then you want to come and bring one of your little bitches to my house and lay in my bed? Fuck that shit, no. So this chick right here, I think she just needs to separate herself from him because it's another thing I wanted to point out. This right here, the joining of the hands. You see how he's got her teeny little hand clenched up in his big ass black fist? Do you see that?
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the reason why they went public with it is because they, like, I'm sure they have advisors that told them, okay, this will make you look really, really good. Because a lot of the times that's what people want to see. They want to see people taking ownership of their issues and their fuck ups and their flaws. Which one of the things is that I'm going to applaud Mr. Jackson for doing that. Because some men go out and they cheat and then they don't. Like, they'll sit there and they'll sweep it under the rug. They'll act like it didn't happen. They could have ignored the whole thing. It's been times when stuff like this came out and then the person just never responded to the allegations or whatever. But he came out and he was like, okay, yes, I did these things. These things are true, whatever the case is, right? So I definitely do applaud him for that. Another thing is that you have to think about this. When you're in a relationship with someone, there is always somebody better, but there's always somebody worse too. You understand? So me as a wife, when I'm thinking about it, the sad truth and reality is the majority of men cheat. We ain't gonna say all men, but we definitely can agree that it's the majority. Now, with me personally, I don't tolerate cheating. If I ever know and I have solid proof that, oh yeah, and and then when it's crazy because when somebody's cheating, especially with my situation, I'm in a long distance marriage. A lot of people be like, oh, how do you know your husband is not cheating? My thing is that I don't know. But then again, nobody is coming to me saying anything. He doesn't really give me reasons to think that he's out there cheating. You understand? So when it comes down to with this situation, when they came out and they was like, oh, he cheated, his wife wasn't there. So he could have lied and said he didn't do it. You understand? He could have lied. So the one thing is that we have to at least give the man his props for coming through and being honest. And it's sad that he had to come out and be quote unquote honest after he was exposed, because if especially since they want to use the Bible, use God a lot, any God, like person of God, they do know that it's best to come forth and admit to your own sins before somebody else comes out and tells on you, because now it's like you defending yourself. If he would have been the first person to come and clear this air, he would have been in a better off position. But now, because he actually had to get exposed, a lot of people lost respect for him. At least that's how I see it. But again, like I said, they can't expect this woman to just leave her man. Like I see why people would say, oh yeah, she's dumb, she's this, she's that. But then again, y'all want her to leave him, and then she's gonna go to another man who probably does the same or worse. I mean, not to say she can't get somebody that's better, but this is the father of her children also. So I feel like if it's a situation where she's coming out of, like a lot of people say like they're saying based off of her quote unquote body language, based off of how she look, how she's depressed, how she's hurt, how she's this, which very well may be true. But at the same time, those are not the words that came out of her mouth. So if you're somebody that's like me, instead of like a lot of the times when I'm watching videos, I'm not looking, I'm listening. So it took for me to see all the memes and stuff to realize that people are like, okay, yeah, her body language was, it was like the Will Smith and Jada situation. They was like, Will Smith looked like he was gonna cry, and I was like, I didn't see that because I was listening to what he was saying, and
he was gonna cry. He gonna cry in the car.
All these memes, I had to go back and watch it again, because even when they was talking about her body language, I'm like, let me go back and watch it again. So because me personally, I'm not looking for the physical, I'm listening to what's being said, because what's being said is what's important, because how she looks doesn't matter. And it's funny because my sister asked me, she was like, oh, why you always go put on makeup to go live? Y'all watching us from a year. Did you believe we've been doing this for a year now? But from a year ago, when I first started doing this, I never used to put on makeup. I used to just dead ass just be here however I look. But then a part of me started getting anxiety. I'm like, let me not just be coming on live any type of way, because then people gonna be talking shit, even though I haven't came across that yet. But I understand why people think that she should have presented herself better, because if she would have presented herself better, then that would have been one less thing for them to talk about, because people was going to talk, but that would have been one less thing. You understand?
Especially if he has a platform of a couple of million people. First of all, your husband already cheated on you. Second of all, your husband cheated on you with a bad bitch. She a sloppy bitch for sleeping with a married man, but she's still a bad bitch. Stomach on flat, ass all poked out. And then you come on live looking like that. That's why people are going in on her, talking about well, that's why he blaming her for him cheating, talking about well, that's why he cheated on her, because look what he looked like. Look what she looked like. Granted, that's not a reason for anybody to cheat, but he knew that his wife was going to go on camera looking like that. The least he could have said was, fix your hair, do a natural face, or, put some blush on or something. But you put her in front of the camera like that. She's not used to being in front of the camera. This is her very first time being in front of the camera with you. And you approved of her looking like that.
It's so...
And that's the bad part. And what's even worse is he's up under the comments in the shade room and shit, laughing at the jokes that niggas is telling about his wife. Talking about look at that beanie she got on top of her head. And he gonna talk about some LOL, that's a hat. Like, nigga, what the fuck are you LOLing about?
He
That
was
shit's not funny. That's like if I'm out, if
wait.
we out, somebody else say some old bullshit about me, like, oh, look at that fat bitch. And then my nigga start laughing. No, because you might as well be talking shit right along with them. So that's hella disrespectful on his part.
Hello.
What's up?
I know you said I was low, but you basically said that someone talked about his wife and Derrick Jaxn responded with a LOL.
Yeah, he was responding to a couple of people. Going to the shade room up under their posts. He's in them damn comments, joking and laughing and hee-hawing.
I'm about to go see.
Hee-haw, all that bullshit.
That's where you lost me at, because I was like,
yeah, Gene.
You know, this is the thing. A lot of people be telling me how I should have been a lawyer, or maybe like a public defender. That would have probably been more in my field. But I can't even defend this one. Like, you're saying that he's also entertaining people within the comments. Okay, Mr. Jackson, we got a tough situation here. We have a hard case that we have.
That's why I said she's in an emotionally abusive relationship. What the hell is that supposed to do to her psyche when she sees that shit? She's already being cheated on. She's already being disrespected. Now she has to be disrespected publicly.
Yeah. The fact that
this is what an episode of Snapped looks like.
Man, okay. Now I got a lot more to think about, because like I said, I was just seeing it as if, whew.
Oh, you thought he was, ratifying his, you thought he was pulling the Kirk Franklin? You thought he was just apologizing on camera just to apologize? No. Oh, this is strategic, honey. No.
Oh,
he is making a fucking fool out of her. And I don't think she can see it because, depression will cloud your fucking vision.
Stop making a fool of... You know that song? And it's
by Denise Williams. Oh, Lord, stop making a fool of me. Oh, it's making a fool out of her. Real bad.
Oh, honestly, like I had my whole everything thought out, but then now you're giving me, you see, this is like when we in a courtroom and you giving me new information.
Oh, hell yeah.
So now I'm like, I need to go on Shade Room to see what he was saying. Okay. Now, honestly, okay, so we gotta just cover the wife, because that's a lot. But when I think about, the wife, like I said, as a wife, my husband is not perfect, but one thing I'm gonna honestly say, I don't have to deal with cheating. But say, for example, if my husband did cheat, would I automatically leave? I don't know. Because honestly, you like who? Well, see, you know what, Peaches, you something special anyway. Because you, on the other hand, you're not like me. Like, I've had baby daddies. I got a husband. I've had I can't say I had a lot of relationships, but I've had relationships where I was with somebody and then, they cheated and then we stayed together after, and then eventually they never stopped cheating and the shit went down the drain. You understand? That was my baby daddy. With my husband now, I got issues, but it ain't cheating issues. And when I think about the cheating, like sometimes I'm like, yo, cheating really ain't that bad. When you're dealing with somebody with a bad attitude, sometimes, cheating ain't that bad. And it's funny because my daughter's father used to be like, yo, you think cheating is the worst thing in the world? Watch when you with a man who this. And then I'm like, oh, I see what he was talking about. Like some guy.
And you know what? That reminds me of an episode of The Sopranos when it was the Whitecaps episode, the last episode of season 4. That shows you how much I actually watched that damn show. Carmela, she had actually confronted Tony about his affairs because she found out that that Tony slept with his mother's nurse's cousin, and then he slept with the mother's nurse. Okay, so during their fight, it was a big, huge fight scene, and she was like, you know what? I would have dealt with all your philandering if your attitude around the house was a little bit kinder, a little bit more compassionate, a little bit nicer. So
Right.
it's some women who can deal with that.
Yeah,
But
because you said
I want a motherfucker to try me. I want a motherfucker to try me. And that's why I don't think we should give Black men any type of breaks when it comes to infidelity, because they feel like, oh, because I provide, I do A, B, and C, I changed her tires and I detailed her car, I can just go out here and do whatever the fuck I want. No, you cannot. Just because you're the man in a relationship and you do all of the hardware shit, that does not give you permission to go out and still fuck around. I don't know why that creates a pass in men's head, not just Black men, all men. That does not create a pass for you to go out and cheat. I don't know where you make that correlation, but look, I'm a car killer. I'll burn your shit. I know that's only monetary shit, but I will find every single fucking way to ruin your damn life because you're fucking with my feelings and you're fucking with my kids' lives. That's what these men don't understand. These two have kids together. So now their kids are going to grow up. Everything on the internet is public. It's permanent. They're going to grow up and see that their dad ain't shit. Go ahead. What you were saying?
Slipped up a little bit. He just slipped up a little.
He what?
I said they're gonna see that their dad slipped up a little bit. He just made a little mistake.
A little bit? What's a little bit? Did you mute yourself?
No, I had got a call like you. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. I got a call like you. I don't even know who that was. But anywho, now I was joking. I was like, oh, you said that the kids are going to grow up and see that he was cheating. And I was like, they just going to see that he made a little mistake. But I was just joking about the little. That's a big ass mistake. And like I said, I still want to, like, before we talk about him and why it's so fucked up, it's just a lot about around the whole relationship in general. And like I said, it's a lot of people that's not even married that's speaking on it. But it's a lot of people that's boyfriend and girlfriend. Y'all getting cheated on right now. Y'all not going to leave that cheating ass nigga tomorrow. So don't sit here and act like y'all ain't never been in the same boat. But the difference about it is that a lot of the time, you see how you said that there's guys that go out and they cheat, and the next thing you know, they buy their woman this, or they feel like because they paying the bills, they could get a pass. At the end of the day, you got some niggas that go out and they cheat and they not paying one bill. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You got some niggas that go out there, they cheat and drive, and I'm going to speak from experience because I had, like, my daughter's father. Me and him was together. For whatever reason, he couldn't keep his dick in his pants. He was living with me, driving my car to fuck bitches. And
what?
Yep. I went through it like a lot of people.
Oh, he was on some Jody shit. So he was pick you up from work 5:05, Jody. Don't be late.
That you sitting here, you taking all of this from a guy that's not paying the bill. So eventually, it's like you know what? And it's sad because I helped him get a job. Like if you with me, don't worry. If I met you and you ain't have a job, when we get together, you gonna have a job, baby. So I helped him get his job. Like even when it came down to doing the fucking piss test, that nigga used to smoke weed. I used to have to get the clean piss for him and everything. So what I'm saying is that's why when you're dealing with a guy, you have to sit there and know what you could tolerate and what you can't tolerate, because people are going to be people and everybody deserves love. So being that everybody deserves love, even the fucked up people deserve love too. You understand? Because as people are going around and doing this stupid shit, to me, I can't really justify why. I can't justify hypocrites, because what Derrick Jaxn was doing was so hypocritical to me. And that's something that I don't understand. Say, for example, if it was like somebody like my baby daddy that pulled some shit like this, I wouldn't be surprised, because he's not out there preaching. Like my baby father to this day tries to tell me all niggas cheat. To this day, he tried to convince me that all niggas cheat. And I'm like, no, not all niggas cheat, because I'm a woman that's not and cheating is not in my nature. So I'm sure there's a man out there that's not a cheater. Like even if it's one. But anywho, so when it comes down to their relationship, like I said, I respect her decision, because I feel like she didn't have to do that, but she did it. And I'm sure she did it because she wanted to. But then this also the separate, did you see the video that I sent you with just her only, and she's talking and saying how she feels?
Yeah, and that's why I keep saying like she's in a depressive state, and not to equate, her being depressed with, her putting on makeup and, doing herself up. But when you're in that type of mindset, you don't care about anything. Yeah, the kids might be taken care of, the house may be clean, and the meals may be cooked. But when it comes down to taking care of you and your self-care, that takes a backseat to everything, especially when you feel undesired by your husband. And it's like, well, why the fuck should I do anything to my hair anyway? Why should I
But
comb it? Why
question,
should I brush my teeth? Why should I put on any makeup?
why would you say she feels undesired by her husband though?
No, I'm saying that's what happens when you do feel undesired. I'm not saying that she does, but that's a really good example because when she went on camera again by herself, and I was like, well, damn, she didn't.
She didn't even pick that up. But then she also explained to people that this is who I am, this is how I am, this is how I'd rather be. But you know what? Let me tell you this. As a wife, right? I promise you, you see how I have on all this lip gloss and these eyelashes? If I call my husband right now, he's going to be like, you got on makeup? Take that shit off. That's how my husband is. And that's something else we need to talk about too. But even like the other day, he was like, you got on lashes? He was like, take lashes off. I don't like you in lashes. I like your natural beauty. My husband tells me that. But then when I get dressed up like this, it's a whole bunch of niggas that's random strangers that be like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, I like your lashes. And mind you, my husband doesn't do that. But niggas on the street does. You understand? And that's because my husband prefers me raw.
Not to say that your husband is insecure, but do you think he doesn't want any other guys talking to you or anything like that?
Honestly, that is a really good question. One day we're going to have him on the show to find out.
Ooh, okay, because the whole natural beauty thing, that's cool and everything, but a woman is gonna want to look good for herself. I want to look good because I want to look good.
You know what?
Not that I want to draw any attention, but it's gonna happen. Niggas are gonna walk up to me. So
it's crazy because it's crazy because as much as you and I are Virgos, we have a lot of similarities, but we do have a lot of differences. Like me growing up, honestly, I was shy. And I don't know, we went to high school together. You notice I didn't never dress up. I didn't like dressing up. Because anytime I would dress up, people would be like, oh, you're cute. Oh, you have, oh, and then I would have to talk to people. And mind you, I didn't like talking to people. So I'm like, yo, if I look like a regular plain Jane, nobody ain't going to say nothing to me. That was my way of thinking. But when I'm going out, I'm dressing up. You understand? But on my regular day-to-day flow, I'm not putting on no makeup or nothing. But if I'm going out or if I'm going live, I now, I try to make myself be a little cute. But not on a regular basis, And like I said, I'm with a man who basically tries to tell me, and mind you, I didn't wear makeup before I met my husband. You understand? I actually learned how to do makeup over the last couple of years. I even actually started being more feminine. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say. So for example, you see how you was like, oh, how her husband let her go on, without her hair done. My husband, he is somebody who's big on at least he does like your hair to be done, but I have locks. So you're going to accept this raggy, sometimes it's going to look like a mop and sometimes it's going to look something, it's going to look a little cute. But I prefer to be natural. I don't like getting my hair done. I don't like getting dressed up. I don't like it, but I do it sometimes when I feel like it or if I'm going out. But aside from that, I've never been a girly girl. You understand? Because you was like how most women want to feel cute. Most women want to be sexy. Me, I wanted to be a boy because this way I would get less attention because I didn't like attention. But a lot of women I'm learning like attention, but that's not me though. And I don't think that that's Derrick Jackson's wife either. She just likes to be a plain Jane and there's nothing wrong with that. So I think that people should be respectful because for her, what if that's really who she is and how comfortable she is in life and that's how she wants to be? Why can't some people respect it? Like, why people got to automatically think she's depressed?
We have a comment. As a man, I learned that I have to trust her and support her if I can. I know that a man would attempt to get her, but it's her decision to stay true to me in our relationship. Same thing
Oh,
goes. It goes
that's
both
true.
ways.
It
It goes
goes
both ways
both
to the man.
ways.
Also, Derrick with his big buff black ass, he knows that women want a man that's in shape with a 6-pack abs and shit. So he knew when he was walking his ass out the gym from pumping all that damn iron and bitches was gonna look at him. But there's a difference. He entertained. He entertained them hoes. So
And that's another topic because, like I said, I'm as a married woman, like it's hard because you got a lot of women that's out there, whether they have a man or not, for whatever reason, they still want your man, and this shit is annoying. It's sad because even I've literally had to sit there and watch girls and I'm glad I have the type of husband that I have, because especially like back in the days we was like this, like we like this now, but we was like this back in the days. I gotta understand. So anyways, it's like you have women that will know a man has a wife and they still want to flirt with him, and vice versa. Not to just say women only do it. There's guys that's out there that knows a lady is married and then they still flirting. And that's why when it comes down to temptations, it takes two to tangle. So if anything does happen, it's not just the husband, it's also the side chick that knew that he was married but separated. Now she's the fool for believing the lie. But it's not even that. It goes beyond that, because now she done went and she exposed this man, but then in the midst of it, she's hurting this woman because the wife is saying she was well aware of what was going on. She's well aware, but y'all bringing up this old shit to open up old wounds, and now they can't even heal properly. But we got a big bone to pick with Derrick because of who he is and what he was out there doing, as far as trying to tell people to be faithful and you not even being faithful. I have a big thing against hypocrites. A big thing against hypocrites. So that's why, like, to me, in my eyes, I feel like, yeah, we got to definitely talk about Derrick Jaxn. But I want I want people to respect her more, and for them to understand that it's a situation where she herself, she is who she is. I don't think nothing was forced. I think it's unfortunate that they had that she had to come out like this. But then at the end of the day, I don't feel like it was forced. I really feel like she was genuine. Now rest my case on that.
yeah, I think she felt like it was genuine also. It's just really, really messy, but one thing I do have to say, I'm really baffled about how these news stories come and go, because last week it was Kirk Franklin and whether he molested his son, and he probably needs to be in jail or something like that. This week it's Derrick Jaxn, second mistress.
Okay, so I missed it. There was another person. I knew it was the one person who did the interview, but then with the other people, they never really came out and show who they were, did they?
The second mistress, I'm trying to load it onto the share screen. The second mistress, she did an interview with Unwind with Tasha K, and the audio says, and she has receipts. The audio, she said that that Derrick was talking shit about his wife, talking about she isn't good in bed, and what else did she say? Hold on, my screen is reloading.
Yep, no problem. I could talk while you're working on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hey guys, it's me again. I'm joking.
It's the fundamental disrespect. Like, first of all, you told another bitch that I wasn't good in bed. What the hell?
It's crazy because like all of this brings me back to baby daddy vibes when I was with my daughter's father. Like, when I tell you this man used to cheat so much, I don't understand. It's like you got pussy at home. But anywho, but I could honestly tell you that I used to see messages, mind you, he was living with me. And then he'll be like, oh, I live with my girlfriend, but we ain't together. Like, I would see the messages of the type of shit that these niggas tell girls just to basically fuck them. Because at the end of the day, after they fuck them, they coming home to the freaking, to their woman. But guys will really sit there and go above and beyond. That's why I don't respect, like, that's why I can't respect Derrick Jaxn at this point. Because it's not really the fact that he sat there and he told these men not to cheat. It's the fact that you told them not to cheat, and you preached about how, you gave all these women hope for, to know that there's a good man out there. And they looking at you as if you're this good, perfect example of a man, when you're really no different from the rest of them. So that's the reason, like, I don't like hypocrites. Like, I cannot get jiggy with a hypocrite. Like, it's nothing that you could sit here and tell me how you sit here, you make money off of telling people not to cheat, and you out there doing what you're telling these people not to do. So I can't. But like I said, you see how you're saying how there's, allegations where he talked bad about the person, his wife. I believe it, because guys do that stupid shit to get what they want. Even if it's like, even if it means they have to throw somebody else under the bus, and even if that someone else is their wife, if it's gonna get them a piece of pussy or a piece of ass or whatever you want to call it, or some pussy, what you call it, Peaches, bussy.
Bussy is a boy pussy, girl. I don't think he's gay, but if he is, that'll be a whole other part to the scandal. Girl, what if a nigga come out to Tasha K, be like, yeah, I sucked his dick 2 years ago, and yeah, I got the receipts. Girl, can you imagine the shit?
Yeah, can you really imagine the shit? Like, literally, the bussy.
Girl, you need to stop.
No, but
that's how. Look. That's how she can tell if he cheating or not. Ladies, this how you can tell if your man cheating. And this is so disgusting because he a dirty ass nigga. If he got shit stains in the front of his drawers and not the back, bitch,
girl,
bitch, you got problems.
But yeah, definitely problems with that type of a situation. Definitely problems. But yeah, girl, it's sad because guys, it's like, when I be trying to wrap my brain around, I don't understand what makes a person do that. Like, even on the worst of the worst terms, there's nothing in my right mind that will make me sit there and tell another man, like, oh yeah, me and my husband, we not together, we separated, and then on top of that, oh yeah, he don't fuck good either. Like, nah, his sex is trash. Like, what makes you sit there and tell your person? What makes you sit there and say those type of things? All you have to say is, oh, we on bad terms. What's up with that pussy? But it's not that simple. They want to sit there and be like, oh, we on bad terms. And then they complain about the wife. And then next thing you know, the person starts to feel sorry. And you know, it is manipulation. Because now this person is like, oh, well, he says he's married, but he also says he's separated and his wife is not good and pleasing him. So it gives those side chicks hope to think that they could one day play the wife role. But where he fucked up at is that he had multiple side chicks, for one, and he probably cut the side chick off, too. So now that the side chick is cut off, and then she finding out that there's more side chicks, oh yeah, she gonna make sure his wife is mad, because now the wife is just gonna be just as hurt as she was when he cut her ass off. I think that's what it really is. I think that he really decided that he was going to be with his wife and he was going to work on his marriage. And because of that, the side chick came out. Not even that, but she also was mad because of the other side chick, the other side chick, So it just got messy. It just got messy. Hot mess. Did you find
That's exactly what happened. I think what Tasha K was saying that the second one, she got cut off, and that's how she ended up doing the interview with Tasha K. Ooh, girl. Okay, so have you been watching All About the Tea? Those panel discussions I've been sending you, because I'm really starting to get into them. They be having some really good discussions.
Yeah, I was watching, and and then you get to hear the different perspectives and the different points of views and things like that. I just feel, like I said, that the one piece of information, like, I'm still trying to find these shade room comments. That's what I was supposed to do, because I want to see what exactly was said on the shade room as far as like Derrick Jackson's responses, because let me tell you this story though. Oh, did you find it?
Oh no, I was sharing. Oh, they got a book scam. See, that's why you gotta watch it tonight, girl. I think it's gonna go live tonight. Derrick Jackson's wife watched him have sex with dark-skinned women. Huh?
I'm confused. Oh, wait. So basically, oh yeah, that's another thing that I wanted to touch base on, because you see how people here mad about the cheating. Like at the end of the day, it was never discussed or said what she did within the relationship or if she ever did anything. Not to say that maybe she deserved it, but what if it was a situation where he cheated and then she, she went out, she did her thing, she tried to live her life, she tried to move on, but they're not really giving her details and what she did that's fucked up. And I respect that, because at this point, they can't come out and say, well, I did my dirt too. Because you remember when Will Smith and Jada had their situation and they was on at the table, whatever it was called, the red table or whatever. And
red table talk, yeah.
He was like something about, she was like, I know you're gonna get me back. And he was like, I already did. It was like a weird exchange of her saying,
bitch, you know, I don't give a damn how she looks. She got to be fucking his cousin, his uncle, one of his friends, or something. Girl, I be sucking everybody's dick. I don't give a fuck. He ain't gonna be cheating on me and think I'm not gonna have no get back. Fuck that shit. No.
You talking about the Will Smith and Jada situation?
Huh?
You talking about Will Smith and Jada?
No, I'm talking about Derrick. But these people shady as hell. Look at this picture they got of his wife up here. Where the hell did they find this picture? Who the fuck is this nigga right here? Who is this nigga? Who is this nigga?
So this is the next live for the for their YouTube.
All about the tea, yeah.
Okay, y'all gonna want to tune into that.
Yeah, this starts in like 20 minutes, so we gotta hurry up. But yeah, girl, I guess she really don't. I guess she's really not. One of those, those glamorous women who.
She's not, and it's crazy because at the end of the day, the fucked up part is this. When I tell you that when most men, they want their wife to be somebody, like I said, my husband, he's somebody who he don't want me wearing makeup. But mind you, his sisters wear makeup. I can't really say his mom, but his sisters, like, they heavy on the makeup. And I'm like, you grew up watching your sisters wear makeup and you and me as your wife, you don't want me wearing makeup? He's like, oh, because you don't need it. But then again, you mentioned something good, like really interested earlier. It was like, oh, what if, do you think it's because he don't want other guys looking at you? Which I never even thought of it like that. But then again, it's like when you meet somebody and you not doing something, like how could they expect you to start doing it all of a sudden?
Yeah, well, when it comes to, the other guys not looking at them, that's another form of abuse, because you want to downplay this person's looks because you want them to feel a certain way about themselves, to where they just won't enhance their beauty or do anything different to their hair. And certainly you don't want anybody else looking at them. But shit, I walked out the house looking like fucking Sophia from The Color Purple, and niggas still trying to talk to me. So shit, I don't think that fucking matters.
I don't think it matters. Yo, girl, I'll be outside with the mask and guys be like, oh man, you so beautiful. I'm like, how the fuck you even know how I look? I could have no teeth in my mouth right now. I have on a mask.
Girl, you said the key words, no teeth. They don't want no teeth.
But it's so crazy because guys be really complimenting me with my mask, and I'm like, bro, like it's scary because guys are really, really like that thirsty when it comes to women. I'm like, to me, like honestly, how can you compliment someone? How can you try to talk to somebody in a mask? That means to me, for one, when that happens, that means that you're looking at my body and you're lusting over my body. And because you lust over my body so much, you're trying to basically see what I sound like. Oh, she sound good too. Let me tell her how pretty she is. Because you damn sure can't really see my true beauty through this goddamn mask that we've been wearing for 12 months in public.
That is fucking crazy. But this is All About the Tea's channel. Let me go to Unwind with Tasha K, because I'm pretty sure Unwind with Tasha K doesn't have this information. The wife
Hold on.
want to watch them have sex? Like, huh?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. We never, yo, it's crazy because I never get to my thoughts. But this, listen, you see how you said, oh yeah, how the wife actually watched such and such have sex or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thing. I actually know some couples who actually sit there and they do stuff like that regularly. So it's like it's weird because when you don't know what type of relationship the person has, it's like we don't really know all the full details. But I know somebody who's married and she basically was like how she let her husband sleep with somebody else, but she let him do it in front of her.
Ew, gross.
That to me, that's gross too. But it's crazy because she's like, oh, most men cheat anyway. So if my husband is going to cheat, I would rather him be comfortable enough to tell me, oh yeah, I want to go out and fuck. And she's like, if that's the situation, she's like, okay, you could go out and fuck, but I want to watch. But me personally, I don't want to share my nigga. I don't ever want to have to share my nigga. I don't. I don't like sharing dick. STDs are real.
Okay.
So because of that, I don't want to share my man, but you really got some woman that's out there that is totally perfectly fine with their man sleeping with other women.
Well,
because you're saying that she watched it, but like, why would you watch? I mean, basically,
that's speculation. That's what they're going to talk about on the live, and hopefully, Monica, she's in charge of that channel. She'll, verify where she got that information from.
Are we gonna?
Here's what these mistress hoes do nowadays. If it's somebody famous or notable, they'll go straight to the bloggers on YouTube and give them all the receipts and all the information. So 9 times out of 10, the shit's probably true.
A lot of the times it's true, but it's fucked up because it's like who are you dealing with? Like that basically is to the point where this person, like me, honestly, there's anybody that I ever had sex with in this life, I don't ever feel like it's going to ever come back and bite me in my ass. Because for one, I don't deal with niggas that fucking tell. It was funny because somebody said, oh, watch when you get famous. All these niggas going to come out and say they fucked you. And I'm like, no, because the niggas that I deal with don't fucking tell. It's like, why would you sit there and have sex with somebody and then mind you, I mean, some people do it for the money. But me personally, even if
or the clout.
If I was single, right? And then I met Derrick Jaxn, right? And he told me, okay, him and his wife is separated, whatever the case was. If it's a situation where my stupid ass fall for him and believe him, the minute I find out he's still with his wife, I'm gonna respectfully go sit my ass in a corner and cry about it. You understand? Because clearly her feelings is hurt. Like to me, because what I keep hearing is that he cut her off. And because he cut her off and she found out about another side chick, that was her ammunition to go public with what was going on between her and this married man. That's what I heard.
Okay, her feelings can be hurt, but my feelings would be hurt if you took me back to a house that you share with your wife and you told me that y'all was separated. I would have put his shit out a long time ago. But because you found out that there was another bitch on the side to go along with the other bitch on the side, that's when you want to air his shit out. But that's why he should have aired his own shit out. You can't use my own dirt against me because I already put my shit out there.
Exactly.
At least if he did that, he would have been able to like apologize and rectify what he did wrong and at least change the narrative to where it still would have been manipulative as fuck. But at least it would have been, he would have changed the narrative to where he would have wanted people to talk about what he wanted them to talk about, except for, like the puppet going in on his wife. And that woman is hurting. So to have the whole fucking world, the whole internet world go in on your wife about how she looks, that ought to be the least of y'all's problems. Like, y'all need to work on your marriage, not worried about what the hell the internet is saying about your wife and how she looks inside of the home. So let's look at these comments before we leave because this live is getting ready to start and I don't want to miss it because I want to go into the chat box and shit. So
alrighty.
If you look at the live screen, yep, he could have controlled the narrative. He could have controlled the narrative. So if you look into the last grave, he's the type to say he's sleeping with other women for research for his videos. His car videos?
They're talking about Derrick Jaxn?
Yeah. Saying his wife is not good in bed while she still suffers from rape trauma is like, oh, she's a rape survivor?
I didn't even know that.
Oh, that's sad. You know what? I think she might have mentioned it in that live that she did by herself.
I want to find I want to find Derrick's comments on the Shade Room.
Let me go into the Shade Room Instagram. Don't you even follow the Shade Room?
Because you said there was some comments, because I want to know exactly like how he's responding to it. I mean, not that is important, but I'm interested in knowing, because I really want to know like if it's a situation where because you said something about somebody talking about her bonnet and he was like laughing out loud.
Oh yeah. Calling her hat a bonnet, and he was laughing at it. You know, he was laughing at what niggas was saying about his wife. Like, get the fuck out of here, bruh.
Yeah.
But let me go to the Shade Room right quick, because that shit. The Shade Room. The Shade Room has 100 new posts. The Shade Room be uploading they shit.
So they be
back to back to back.
Honestly,
so let me share that tab, because you could share.
Did you find anything yet?
I'm about to share the tab so we can look for it together. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So here we are in the Shade Room. All right. So now I gotta go back and look for his shit.
I wonder which post it would be, because there was a post of her by herself that they just recently started sharing.
That one right there. That one.
And while we looking through this, like, you gonna play anything?
Look. Somebody said captivating, isn't it? Because she's wearing a cap. Captivating, isn't it? You get it? You get it?
That's hilarious.
Look at her hair sticking out. Like, honey, boo boo. Come on now.
Like I said, with me personally, that's me. I'm comfortable like that. If I was recorded like that, like, I personally wouldn't care. But because of the circumstances, she could have put in a little bit more effort. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's the effort.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But like I said, a lot of people don't even like. A lot of people are natural, like me. Like I said, as much as I'm natural, I will dead ass put some makeup on for the camera. Okay.
There's a lot of blue checks talking shit about her. I can begin to describe how extremely dark and messy this situation is. He literally put her through it in Jesus' name. Well, yeah, he did. Where's the up and down button for this shit, for these comments? What the fuck?
But I want to know which post he commented on, because I see that post.
It was another one. Hold on, let me look for it.
Okay, because I'm looking.
Look at Lizzo on here shaking her ass again. Yeah, she on here shaking her ass again.
It's funny because people are like, oh, Derrick is in the kitchen holding cards for her to read. And then some people like, care how she look. Yeah, some people really don't care how they look. And I'm like I said, me personally, I'm one of those people. So where but like I said, I know when it comes to me, I know I'm going to record this video. I know I'm about to go live. I'm going to make sure I look a little bit more decent and presentable. But that's just me. But you can't expect for everybody to think that way, you know?
I think this might have been it. They keep talking about her damn cap. It's the same guy, Cleo Thomas. Now, I don't know if you remember that movie Holes. Dig It Up. It used to play on the Disney Channel. We read the book in high school or middle school.
What book?
Never mind. But he keep leaving the same comment, talking about her cap. Man, I could really go for a caprese salad right now. I wonder if there's a Capricorn. He was like, I wonder if he's a Capricorn, because the capacity of this man's word isn't gonna hold any weight. This is what the fuck? Just stop. Because you know how these niggas today, they say shit like, oh man, that's cap, and she's wearing a cap on her head.
Yeah, and they be like, no cap this, no cap that.
Yeah, so she's wearing a cap. They just playing off of that, all that cap shit.
You know what? Somebody pointed this out, and this is the whole moral of the story. Somebody said, "We not mad you stayed. We're mad that he's not practicing what he's preaching," and that's the moral of the story. That this man, if it wouldn't have looked as bad if he was just like somebody that's putting out videos like just talking shit, like Plies maybe. Like Plies is not somebody who always preach monogamy and respecting women and not cheating. So it's because of the fact that he was so heavy on preaching to these men and he's not practicing what he's preaching. That's why this situation is so messy. Because like I said, we can't sit here and bash her as if Cardi B is not still with her nigga after cheating on her. Like we can't sit here and bash her because Cardi is still with Cardi's with Offset, right? I'm about to.
Yeah, I call him Awful Setback.
Yeah, Offset, whatever his name is, because he was part of some group or something like
Awful
that.
Setback.
What day did they find? Because I'm looking for that post that you have up right now. I need to head to the shade room. So what day did they post that? The one that you have now? Because I'm looking for that.
Let me go back.
Maybe yesterday, right? Because that's I found it. Found it.
Yep, it says 1 day ago.
Yep. Yeah, I get this pulled up on y'all screens right now. We have it pulled up, but if you like me, you need to see it up close. So let me see. Oh, I see him. He said, when God needs to humble you, he will. I see. Hold up. Let's get to these comments. So
and here's the thing. Don't bring God into your bullshit. I hate when niggas use God to justify your bullshit. And the shade room said something about that. It's right here talking about, so why did you feel the need to call out John Gray? John Gray is a pastor who cheated on his wife too. When you were doing the same thing, is there an explanation? And I guess he, explained himself about, being a hypocrite, being a fucking hypocrite. Because he'll call out everybody else about cheating, especially if they're a celebrity. But then he was doing the same fucking thing.
Yep. And then that's one of, like I said, that's the biggest thing right now is the fact that he was really sitting there being such a hypocrite. And then I want to go back to, so here's the thing. So somebody said, like, the one thing that I kind of like, I didn't grow up in the church. I want to first and foremost start by saying that I did not grow up in the church, right? So what happens is since September, I've been doing Bible study and I've been reading the Bible and I've been reading through the Bible. And it's interesting because just this Sunday, what we came up with in the Bible is basically where they talks about in the Bible the one reason why someone could consider getting divorced. So a safe example, okay, let's just say this based upon the Bible, the one reason why a marriage should end is if there's adultery, which is cheating. So adultery is the one reason why a marriage should end, but it also basically says that the person who was cheated on is the person who gets to decide, which she was cheated on and she's deciding to stay within the relationship. So that's that one thing. But the other thing is that if you also really live by the Bible, like how they say they living by the Bible, the thing about the Bible is that it says that you're supposed to be loving and you're supposed to be forgiving. A lot of people's like, nah, fuck that. That shit goes out the motherfucking window because you ain't about to see him. Like, I get all of that. But if you're do you think Jesus Christ would have stood up and said all of that? Do you think, no, Jesus was like, whatever whatever you want to do to me, if you're going to treat me wrong, fine, treat me wrong. But I'm going to be a man of God. I'm going to be God's son, and I'm going to do everything right. So she sits here and she decides that she's forgiving him, and he goes out and cheats again. She can't even feel bad in herself if she's really into God, like how she says she's into God. Because at the end of the day, she knows that she put herself in this situation. If he did it once, he's probably going to do it again. But at the end of the day, is that you can't sit here unless she's divorcing him, which right now it doesn't seem like it seems like she left and she tried to leave him, but she came back to him. But being
she
that
she did
to stay with him, the least she can do is find peace in the situation. And what I don't like is that people really want her to be mad and stressed. Like, why she can't just be at peace? Like she said she's at peace. You understand?
Look, if you gonna let your man cheat in peace, then you might as well have some peace also. I can get me a piece of dick on the other side of town. Boo.
But that's the thing. But like I said, he's and then it's not like she's just coming out. Like, they're coming out as husband and wife. And it's another thing that I noted that they were saying. It's like so much information when it comes to this story. But he was sitting there saying, okay, she gets to get the passwords now. She gets to get this. The crazy part is that most guys don't want to do that because they're like, oh, you're being controlling or you're being insecure, But at the end of the day, what some people don't understand is that is required within a relationship, because a lot of these men, sadly and unfortunately, they don't know how to control themselves. And this is why it's good to do counseling and it's good to do therapy, because of situations like this. Like, you sitting here and now you're making this lady go through all of this. And mind you, she didn't have to come to his defense. She could have chose to just stay in the background, but she's trying to make the situation better. And then it's like people bashing her, making her feel even worse, because now they talking about her like, girl, you should have did your fucking hair. Shut the fuck up. Go do your hair. That's how they treated her. And I don't think it's right, because mind you, she's trying to defend her whole marriage.
And you hear it mostly from your own people. Oh, girl, it be your own people.
It be your own people. And I'm like, I wish somebody would tell me to go do my hair. You want to pay for it? Huh? Shit. Like, that's the one thing that I hate. Even like when with Beyonce and her daughter, I don't know why people think hair is so important. Like with Beyonce and Blue, they used to be like, oh, she need to do that baby here. She need to do that baby here. I felt like that until I had a baby, and I was like, man, that child head is not getting done today.
Oh, wow.
So then I was like, now I understand. Like, because back then I had Emmy, and Emmy had locks, but then when I had Queen hair, you really got to do. Hair is hard to maintain, and the girl probably got 4C hair. Y'all don't know what she got going on.
Yeah, she might be stressing out her fucking hair fell out. Because that's what niggas make you do.
I'm like, it would be so sad. What if she was bald-headed? Like, people don't know what she got going on. Anyways. Oh, we was looking at these comments, though. That's what we was trying to find.
The comments under the shade room? Because here's the thing. You want me to dig through the comments to look for a couple of comments?
Nah, I really wanted to know, okay, so Derrick Jaxn, his comment, when God needs to humble you, he will. And as uncomfortable as it is, this pride needed to be removed. I stand by the truth in that message, but I'm not an exception to it. Nothing glamorous about hurting a woman who loves you. Nothing justifiable, me or anybody else. But I'm like, yo, it's something about life that I'm never going to understand, is that he's sitting there, he's like, oh, he hurt a woman that loves him. So this woman loved you and you still went out and hurt her. Like, where was the knowing that she loved you in the moment when you're pushing your dick in somebody else?
Damn, Ed, when you had hair, stress made me so tired and got bald and spots. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. When you had hair.
But you know what it is? A lot of men experience that too, unfortunately. Like, we're stressing and they be so stressed out to the point where their hair starts to fall out. But like I said, we don't know what that woman got going on up under that cap, under that bonnet. And like I said, she could really be When I say really be, she could really be somebody that's just always been like that her whole life. You know? Somebody that don't like to dress up.
But here's the thing. Ain't no nigga alive will stress me the fuck out like that. Girl, that's some waiting to exhale, not gonna cry, laying in bed. I'm gonna go to the salon and tell my homegirl to cut all my fucking hair off. And girl, fuck all that shit.
But that's
I was your lover and your secretary. Man, fuck all that shit. Hell no.
And they be like, they say she's, I'm like, but that's, to me, that could just be who she is as a person. That could be her comfort zone, her just chilling, you know, t-shirt, granny panties,
No bra, nope, no bra.
no bra.
I guess because, you know, us as Black women, there's nothing wrong with being natural, but, you know, we always feel like we need to be presentable also.
Yeah, and then like I said, that comes with, like I said, me personally, I wasn't like that, but I can say that I started being like that over the past couple of years. And it has a lot to do with, for one, my husband, he's somebody who, even though like he's not big on the makeup, when we going on the road, he was somebody who was like, he don't like his woman to wear leggings. But then again, it's funny because I literally just saw this video the other day, right? And in the video, it was a guy. He was like, oh, how you walk with your girl in the supermarket when she's wearing leggings. But then I just realized that if you notice with leggings, a lot of the times it shows your booty. So I'm like, that's probably why he didn't want me wearing leggings. Because, you know, with leggings, the way how it holds your legs and then the way how it be having your booty, you know, bouncing. Yeah.
Girl, like those booty leggings with the ridges in them. I'm looking for those.
Girl,
Bitch.
it's because that was the video that I saw the other day. And he was like, how I walk around with my girl whenever we go grocery shopping and she's wearing leggings. And then basically he's taking the bag of potatoes, putting it behind her butt. He's taking a box of cereal, holding it behind her butt. And then, you know, it's just one of those, you know, it's like, it was like a TikTok, you know, just one of those things to be funny. But I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm like, some guys really don't want their woman to be sexy and attractive because they know that it could draw attention to other guys. You know, you actually brought that up earlier. So I'm like, that could be it. Because what if he really likes his woman like that? Because a lot of the times the girls that get cheated on be the girls that be looking like that. And we look like that because our men be like, well, I can't even say I get cheated on, but I'm saying, but the reason why we look like that is because our men be like, oh, you don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to wear lashes. You're beautiful the way you are. So then now we're being told this, but at the end of the day, we're not seeking the attention of other men. So when our men say, yeah, baby, you the shit without the makeup, we not wearing no makeup. Oh, baby, you look so sexy in that bonnet. Okay, let me go live with you with this bonnet on.
Yeah, but what man is gonna complain to another bitch talking about some, oh, my wife, she wears makeup. Oh, the fuck? Even if it is light makeup, like, damn, leave her the fuck alone.
And that's the thing. See, that's the thing. My husband, I can't really say he complains. Like, he'll be like, why do you have that on? But then, like I said, it's like the way how I think you hit the nail on the butt. I think is that he probably would rather me not be, because, you know, it's like, if you naturally beauty, imagine when you put the makeup on and the lashes. Okay. So I kind of get, like, you really got me thinking. I'm like, what if he is trying to keep me away from all the guys that could probably want me? But then again, I'm married. So isn't that what
and so is he. So is he. The marriage works both ways. But look, the other live is on and I'm gonna catch it.
Okay.
And you got to get back to them kids because they a little bit too quiet back there. And they probably into some shit.
They probably setting the house on fire right now.
Okay. Oh, no, but you in it. Oh, my God.
Don't worry. I got a window right here. I'll figure it out.
Ooh.
Anyways, this was like a long, short live. But let's go watch that. And then hopefully, you know, if we come up with new stuff to add on Friday. Because, like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. And I got sidetracked because it's new information. So, yeah, we're going to be back on Friday with some more.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be some new information.
Yeah.
But we'll see, y'all. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so it's a lot to think about. But that's it. We can wrap it up.
But we'll see y'all Friday. Bye, Edward.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. It was nice having you, Edward.
And we will see y'all in our next live. This will be live on YouTube. It's live on Facebook. And yeah, like I said, we'll see y'all in our next live. Let me go ahead and sign us out. Got anything else to say?
No, that is all. That's all for tonight.
All right. Y'all have a great rest of the night. And y'all be safe. Stay black. What the fuck do I be saying?
Fuck the police. How you forget the part? What the man? I'm joking.
Oh, be blessed, stay black, and fuck the police. My bad. Look,
was the fuck the police part. So anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the favorite part. That's my favorite part.
That's my favorite part.
We'll see y'all Friday. Bye. Y'all.